Good morning, and it is Training Tip Tuesday. Coach Adina here with your tip of the day. Today we're going to talk about swim form. I've got my More Swimming t-shirt on, of course, to talk about swim form. This is the time of year that you should be working on your technique. Before you are ramping up huge distances, before you get out into the open water, this is the time that you really want to be focusing on your technique. All year long is a good time to focus on technique, but now is the optimal time. Make sure you have that swim form down pat. Now, you should know for you specifically what things you need to work on. The two best ways to do that is take a video of yourself and look at it, or two, talk to a swim coach. Send me a message if you need help with either one of those things. But today we're going to talk about a couple of the most common things that everybody can think about for their swim form. This may or may not apply to you, but these are the top 3 things to think about with your swim form. Number 1 is your body position. You want your body to be horizontal in the pool like this, in the ocean like this, because if your head is up and your hips go down, you're making way too much friction and resistance on the water. So the number 1 way, imagine this is your head, the head goes down, the hip comes up. So as you're practicing, you want your head straight down. Look down at that black line of the pool. The T at the end is going to tell you when you're almost at the wall. So when you see that T, you can lift up and look for the wall, but you want that head looking straight down, not super tucked like this, and don't cheat up looking for the wall. Really just in line with your regular kind of, what do they call that? Neutral spine. Look at me with the yoga terms. Okay, so that's number 1, horizontal body position. Get your head down to get your hips up. Number 2, we want that body to be nice and compact. Again, if our body is all loosey-goosey like this, it's going to create more friction in the water. We want a compact body from your head all the way down to your ankles. So I like to think about abs to ankles. That's where we're squeezing. Not like you're squeezing water out of your bathing suit, but a gentle engagement for all of our Pilates friends, a gentle engagement from your abs all the way down to your ankles. I'm gonna see if I can get the camera to look at my legs a minute. We don't want this kind of legs, and we don't even want this kind of legs. Think about just bringing those ankles together, squeezing hips, knees, ankles, and that compact body is going to glide through, pierce through the water better. Okay, so now we've got horizontal body, compact body, and number 3 is the thing that people are always talking about, having a high elbow. Okay, and you see all those great pictures and you're like, oh wow, look how cool their high elbow is. That looks good on a picture, and I love that picture too, but a high elbow out of the water is only a small part of it. That high elbow usually is going to give some release to your shoulder, so you're not creating shoulder pain if you're like trying to whip it around like this. But where you want the high elbow is under the water. So if you are in the water, imagine this is the water line, you want that elbow way high up to the water line. So you're reaching out, you're grabbing all that water, and this part of your arm is your paddle to pull all the water back. If your elbow is low, you're not pulling any water. This is the high elbow that we want to pull all that water back. So you can even look at yourself while you're swimming and feel the difference, okay? If you test it and you have that kind of lower elbow, if your elbow is lower than your wrist, you're not going to be pulling any water, no resistance. You get that elbow high. You want that elbow as high above your wrist as you can. It's never going to be too high because none of us are that great at it. It's hard to do. So think about getting that elbow really high and pull all that water behind you. That's where you get the power from. So those are 3 common form things that you can work on. Horizontal body, compact body, high elbow. If you're not sure if these things apply to you, like I said, get a video of yourself, hit me up. We can meet at a pool and do a swim form. If you're not local, there is a lot that we can do with a video, so that way I can also help you through that. Trust me, I've got the process figured out. So if you have any other questions about swim form, or if you have other questions for a future training tip, drop them right here or send an email to info@AdinaO'Neill, and let's have more swimming, but more happy swimming with great form, so that way we don't get injured and we are more efficient, which leads to faster swimming. Be well, be real, and keep moving forward.